did the Hebrews come from? Who are the Hebrews? Could you explain that to me? Your own words.
Well, in my own words, I will tell you that I was a student of history,
Okay.
but we didn't discuss or go into Igbo history.
Okay.
And I'm yet to learn more. But one thing is, I was opportune to meet my grandparents, whom from childhood had always made us to understand that we are one of the lost tribes of Israel.
Okay.
So, from my grandmother.
Right now, look at these. Yeah, I'm telling you, I gotta show y'all. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Just look for yourself. And this is the creme de la creme. All praises be to the Most High, y'all. Everything we've been through, y'all, the Most High is going to retribute it on all the nations that have had a hand in the oppression of his apple, the apple of his eye, his chosen people, his beloved, his fervent lover, his only begotten. They're going to have their part in the lake of fire. You see them tormented by some kind of creature. I don't even know what that even is, y'all. Judgment in chains. He that led into captivity shall go into captivity. All praise to the Most High, y'all. What's up, Zion Dynasty? This is your boy, the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. JBZion. Y'all show me some love. Show me some love. Welcome back to the channel, family. First, I want to send a warm, heartfelt greeting. Peace, love, blessings to all my Israelite family. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for supporting me, encouraging me, being encouraged by the information. I mean, it motivates me so much to see you guys just say, man, that was a lot of information and that was action-packed and that kind of thing. I give all praise to the Most High, and I just thank you guys for coming along with the journey, right? Also, I want to send peace, love, blessings to my Gentile family. I know it's a lot of Gentiles that watch the channel as well, that are rocking with this information, that are supporting me, Shawnee D, the channel, the family. I love you guys for that. So you guys, this video is going to be a heartfelt one. This is just going to be a talk. I mean, I ain't gonna say heartfelt. I'm trying not to be crying and nothing on here, but it's just going to be a talk, you guys, about church hurt, right? We're going to talk about church hurt from a lot of different angles in this video. I'm not going to let it be too long, but I just want to kind of go into the psychology and the heart of our people, right? The church hurt in terms of Hebrew Israelites that have left the church. You guys check out my video. I did a video on why, me personally, my own story, right, of me leaving the Christian church. I mean, I have contact with all of these ministers, leaders, and my pastor's my pops, like I done told you guys. So it's not like I can not talk to my pops, but he's supportive of what I'm saying, the journey that I'm on and that kind of thing. But I just don't subscribe to the Christian church and its construct. But you guys, y'all can check that video out for that. But I do want to go into why our people are leaving the church the way they are. Now, a lot of Hebrews have a similar testimony that they're leaving the Christian church for, like I said, they're not dealing with the facts, you guys. And I've even seen urban apologists try to discredit the Hebrew Israelite awakening, right? Where African Americans are finding out that we come from the Limbo, we come from the Yoruba, we come from the Igbo, y'all. And just to let you guys know, this channel going forward, that's what we're gonna be hitting, y'all. History, science, DNA, prophecy, scriptures, we're gonna be hitting it, you guys, because you guys love that. And I have a lot of information that I haven't brought forth, and I'm like, man, I got a lot more to do, and to be able to cover that stuff is harder than what you think, because these books have a lot of information. So it's gonna take me a minute to go through that, but yeah, we're finding out all this information. We're finding out this history, and a lot of our people are leaving the Christian church because of it. All right, the Christian church, how can it be, you guys, that you guys teach out of this Bible, and the people, the descendants of the Bible, we're not going to deal with that? Now, I know that's a lot of history, and I know a lot of that our people are finding out. But the thing that makes your antenna go off is when African Americans, so-called, are finding out that we're linked to this people, that the Bible talks about the curses and it affects us as a community. It's right there in the scriptures. It says that he has hair like the pure wool and arms and feet the color of brass, as if it's burned in a furnace. It's right in the scriptures. Why aren't y'all dealing with it? And why are y'all not telling the people that Christmas is not in the Bible, other than Jeremiah 10? where the scripture says that his people shouldn't be doing that stuff. Do not the customs of the heathen, right? Easter bunnies laying eggs, rabbits don't lay eggs. Where did this stuff come from? Now, what you will find out is the more you dig into these things, the more you see that these are man-made traditions that come from Gentiles, that come from white supremacy. I'm just going to tell it. The whole idea of a white Christ is white supremacy. It's the Edomite Roman Catholic institution, right? So our people are leaving the church because we're finding this stuff out. Y'all not talking about it. We're the people. Our people are suffering, and the church has kind of turned a deaf ear to the suffering of the people of the book, right? Now, this is different from Dr. King, and during that era, they used the Bible. Nat Turner, they knew the source of their strength was the Bible. Even Malcolm X, in his personal Bible, he highlighted Psalms 83, which talks about the nations that conspired to wipe Israel out of remembrance. Louis Farrakhan and a lot of these guys know this history, but a lot of those leaders during that vanguard knew this information, and they used it to be able to gain the power to be able to bring progression for our community. But now that the awakening is coming out, that this is why they were saying that. We're the people. People don't want to deal with it. And a lot of urban apologists are calling it church hurt. They're saying that, okay, these black people are leaving the church because, oh yeah, the church don't want to talk about black and this and that and the other thing, right? But a lot of our people, it's from a sincere place of, man, we just want to know our history. And if we happen to be that people, right? If there's a 10% chance, now we know there's so much history, but if it's a 10% chance, the church owes it to us as a community to go down that road. But what we find out is a lot of these leaders are afraid to deal with it, you guys. So we have that church hurt. We have black people leaving in masse, especially like when you certain generations like millennials and down. I know they're just hightailing it out, right? Because nobody's dealing with this history. So you have that church hurt, but then you also have another thing going on. You have hurt within the Hebrew Israelite community. And that's what we're going to focus on mainly in this video, you guys. I saw a moving video by a young lady on YouTube that was talking about her experience with leaving a camp. And just to let you guys know, I'm going to start off this whole conversation with this. We are human beings. Understand? And you really got to focus on Israelites, us as a people, black people. We're leaving because we're hurt, we're scarred, we have good intentions for our community, and we're seeing that's not being addressed. But with that, we've come from backgrounds of being ridiculed for what we believe, right? Ostracized, used to being lone rangers and lone wolves, and we're coming into these camps from that place. You even have some brothers that come from the down and out kind of thing, downtrodden kind of background, right? That they see us being Israel as the only hope they got. So when you have people that are coming from rough, trodden down kind of backgrounds, and not just that, but church hurt kind of backgrounds, or people like even myself, like we're come from a ministerial background, but are frustrated and fatigued with the state of the black church and it refusing to deal with our identity. When you have all these people coming with this kind of stuff, we're human beings. And I'm not downplaying anybody's emotion when I say that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But hurt people, and you're gonna have environments where people show themselves to be flawed. They're not embracing one another the way they should, or they hurt one another unintentionally. But like I said, this is beyond Israel. This is beyond black people. This is beyond race. This is a humanity issue, right? We're human beings. So for people to try to use the fact that, okay, well, I went through this hurt with the camp to try to discredit a camp, I have a problem with that. Now, I don't have a problem with sincere people that are like, our sincere brothers and sisters that are saying that, well, I was hurt in this environment, but I know we're the people. I'm just gonna kind of get along with the Most High, let him show me how I need to navigate, or maybe he can lead me to a better camp or our church. I know churches like Pastor Omar in Louisiana. I mean, he teaches this history. And it's more of your traditional Christian church feel in terms of your praise and worship and that kind of thing. But your doctrine, the name of our Messiah is not Jesus. He uses Yeshua and that kind of thing. So there are churches that teach this history. And it's your typical church setting. and it's more of the embrace that some people are looking for, right? Now, when you understand a lot of these camps are prophets. They're prophets. So you're dealing with a prophetic type congregation where they spit it hard, blunt, fast, and they're not really concerned about your feelings in terms of your emotions, but they love you enough to tell you the truth, and it might be a big mama rough kind of presentation. But I'm not taking away from our camps, our camp brothers and sisters either. See, Israel, we got to stop saying, oh, all camps are the devil and moderates is the way to go. And then the camp saying the moderates soft and sellouts and woo-de-woo trying to make everybody feel good. We got to understand the Bible is still the authority. And Paul explained it that you got different members. You got different positions. Not everybody's the quarterback. Not everybody's a linebacker. Not everybody's a running back. Some are wide receivers. You have to know your role, right? And when you look at the apostle, the prophet, the evangelist, pastor, teacher, the camps are more along the prophetic end of things, right? But you also have some Israelites that you call moderate that are more on the teaching, the scholastic, the DNA and that kind of thing. And then you have some pastoral Israelites that have incorporated this truth into their congregations and are teaching it. So you can't bash any individual Israelite. We got to stop that, y'all. We already catching hell from urban apologist police and white people trying to call us a SPLC hate cult or hate group or something like that. So we can't hate each other. We can't come against each other. Everybody has a different role. The camps are prophetic. A lot of y'all, even the people that bash them, don't want to admit, but you get a lot of your information and your scripture knowledge from them. And I'm going to be first to tell you, a lot of what the bishop and IUIC bring out, them books, them old books, them history, them precepts, I have gleaned God knows how much from these brothers, right? So you can't bash a different gift. Everybody, you have to get along with the Most High and allow him to lead and guide you. That's where that personal relationship comes in, to see what group or what organization to be a part of. It is the Most High's will that we come together as a people. So just because you might not agree with this camp or you fill out with this camp, find a group of Israelites that are teaching the laws, statutes, and commandments in the faith of Yeshua and us turning back to our heritage, and get with that group and y'all chop it up together, because how can two walk together except they agree? And if you're just walking around with the world and every day you're fighting different Christians and fighting Esau and fighting people that's trying to discredit us, you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to burn out. I'm telling you. So it's good to have people, lest one fall, another to pick him up. That's why two is better than one. And that's why 2 or 3 are gathered. That's what the Lord is. He wants the unity. Oh, how good and pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. And I know that's easier said than done, you guys. And there's a lot of hurt from different angles that are taking place. Our people are getting hurt in camps. Our people are getting hurt by Israel. Because Israel is so used to fighting. And I get like that sometimes, that you get so used to fighting. You make some videos, you just be like, white folks the devil, y'all gonna pay for all you did. And you get into that mindset that you even see like, yeah, y'all wicked black folks. And you kind of go overboard, right? All of that zeal. And you kind of spill some of that aggression out towards your own people. Like, oh, y'all Israelites too. If y'all ain't doing right. You gotta calm. And it's a process, you guys. It's a process for me. Every day I'm learning how to be made whole, because we can know that judgment is coming for the nations and not take that personally, and not let that get in your heart and get all bitter and riled up. When I say judgment coming for white folks, I got white folks. I love white folks. I got folks I work with that I love. I can smile and treat them right and help them if they need it, right? Because it's not personal. And I can still tell them, well, judgment is coming on your people for what they've done. So, but that comes from a place of being over time, because I ain't there all the way, because I had some days, y'all. But over time, letting the Lord heal you from the hurt of knowing who we are, from the hurt of coming out to church frustrated and in tears for what they've done and not teaching our history and selling out to be able to get federal funding and all this stuff. You got to be healed from that, right? To really detox and know that we are the people. The Most High gonna deal with this stuff, y'all. Understand. For a people that history has been wiped away for 400 or 500 years, for us to come on the scene and know that we Israel, that's the Most High saying, I see y'all. Boy, y'all don't understand. The Most High is in control, y'all. For him to perform such a miracle in restoring a destitute, destroyed people, he's letting us know he's with us. And sometimes we got to meditate on that. Like, knowing that you the people is not just, you got to move beyond head knowledge. And knowing all the facts and the Limba tribe and the Yoruba oral tradition and the Igbo and the West Africans. And you got to let it get in your heart that if I am all these things, the Most High got my back. I'm not going to stress about no COVID mandate, vaccine. I'm not going to stress about people coming against me for what I believe. I'm not going to feel all stressed all the time and be like, Lord, everywhere I go, people bashing and calling me a weirdo, and I come from another country and I got the kufi on my head and beard and they think I'm gonna blow up a plane or something like that. Breathe. And it's a process, y'all. I deal with it every day. And I just want to let my Israelite family know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you may have had encountered some Israelites that are on the street that you deem, oh, that's not polished, the way they present it, it's kind of rough around the edges, but it's what they're saying wrong. Now, Big Mama, when she saw you doing something you ain't had no business doing, she might have do some curse words sprinkled in there, some cuss words sprinkled in there, slapped you upside your head, hit you with a extension cord. It might not been pretty, but it's truth. Everything them brothers saying on the streets about these nations, these white folks gonna pay for what they done, is true. And most white people know it. They just try to get hung up on the presentation. But like I said, not everybody's meant to have that kind of style. Some Israelites see that as a turnoff. They see that as intellectually inferior. I don't, because I look at what they're saying, right? But if you do find that group, don't turn off the whole movement and say, oh, we ain't the Israelites because of the way these brothers present it ain't the way you want them to present it. Like, you gotta look at the scriptures. John the Baptist was wild, man. Most of the prophets in the scriptures, the people didn't want to see them coming, even if they believed what they were saying, right? So you just got to know that everybody has their skill set, everybody has their gift and their calling, but we're all one nation, we're all one people. And if you don't identify with this group, find one that you do identify with and create ways to unify. Don't say I'm going to do my own thing or find my own thing and you throw the camps off to the side, because we all the same people doing the same work. Find ways to bridge the gap between the two parties. Say, okay, they're telling the truth, but let me explain that in a better way, or a way that I think this group of our people might get it better. So I just want to kind of talk a little bit about that, y'all. I might do a bunch of follow-ups to this because I want to go into the psychology behind the awakening, right? It's a lot that's going into this, and our people are hurt people, which is good. Understand that when you're hurt because of your people, you have a heart. The scripture says that the Most High will give his people a heart of flesh. We feel Trayvon being shot. That shows y'all a spirit in us. That's what led us to the curses, to get an answer for what's going on, and led us to finding out we're Israel. So it's good that you feel all this passion and this hurt and this fervor, but you just got to understand, not all our people are at the same level, right? And not all camps are doing it the same way and that kind of thing. And so you can't turn off your people. You know, basically what I'm saying is, you can't let how one group does it turn you off from the entire movement, right? You have to look at, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what they're saying. How can I unify? Because if you're not intentionally thinking about how to keep our people united, Satan will come in there and divide us, right? And this is what we see. Some different groups start up just because of church hurt or something like that. This is bigger than Israel. This is religion or church at large, right? You have different splits and schisms based on a person's feelings and that kind of thing. And I'm not downplaying a person's feelings, but we can't let that divide the whole movement, right? Because there's a lot that the Most High is doing to wake us up to this knowledge, and he wants his people to come together. So with that, you guys, I hope you guys got something out of it. I just want to encourage Zion. We need to come together, y'all. We need to encourage one another. We need to not bash one group versus the other group, and this group ain't doing this and this group doing that. We need to cut that out, y'all, right? Because one thing I don't like is a lot of people on the sidelines that aren't trying to do none of the work, that look at the bishop and them and try to bash IUIC or bash ISUPK or bash Captain Tazariak or bash these brothers that's doing something with it. But you're saying, well, I know them Israel, but I don't agree with how they're doing it. Well, you find a way to do something, Negro. You know what I'm saying? And to find a way to unite with these brothers in a way that you can bridge the two parties. Unity is what we're after, you guys. So with that, you guys, just keep the faith, stay in the spirit, Zion. We're the people. We need to unify and set an example for the nations. And it starts with us loving one another. So be encouraged, Zion. Continue to do your research, study your precepts, keep the law, statutes, commandments, and stay in the spirit. So with that, family, you, me, we all the same people. Many tribes, 12 to be exact, but one nation. So keep the love intact. I love you guys with the love of the Most High. Peace, love, blessings, and black power to the chosen nation of the Most High Yah. And I love you guys. Shalom.